Hello. Oh my God, I'm so excited. I don't know if you saw my cartwheels online. Yeah. I'm not going to do cartwheels because I'll probably get told off health and safety, but maybe I will. I have got, they were laughing at it because I've got a clicker and I've got some slides and I've only got 10 minutes, but my story is in picture, and so I have some pictures for you. And my story is that you can have anything. And I have written a book and had it published, and the book is called If You Could Have Anything, What Would It Be? Because that is what I keep asking myself every day in all areas of my life. And it hasn't always been good. It's been pretty crap. And so I'm going to give you some examples of where I was and where I am now. This is my sister and brother-in-law in 2007, and this is where I discovered vision boards. And this is a picture that I put on my vision board in 2007. Single, lonely, looking for love. And my sister and brother-in-law have got a beautiful relationship, a relationship that I aspire to. So that's why I put a picture on my vision board. And I really believed that my soulmate was out there, that the person that I was really going to be happy with was out there. And I was just visualising him doing his thing, getting ready for me, and I'm doing my thing over here, getting ready for him. And at some point, when the time is right, we would come together. And so this picture was on my vision board for a few years. And then I went to a wedding, and I met my now husband, and went to a wedding, and a friend of mine sent me pictures through, and this picture was taken. So the similarities of the picture, oh no, my picture's gone. The similarities of the picture are quite amazing. Two people looking at each other, not knowing that the picture had been taken in either case. So it's been mentioned already to be very specific with what you put on your vision board. So be careful what you wish for. Last year at Ignite, I bought the recordings. I was so inspired. I bought the recordings, and I'm still listening to the recordings when I drive. And I bought The Surrendered Wife by Laura Doyle, and I try and practice that as much as possible. I find it really difficult because my husband is also my business partner, so it's very, very difficult to completely let go there. But it's the relationship with myself as well, obviously. It's not just external relationships, it's the relationship with myself. And I realised, actually only very recently, that I am a damsel through and through. And I became a member of the Berry Bombshells last week. Woo! Having been an online member for 18 months. So I'd kind of like been on the outside looking in and just sort of like putting my toe out there and sort of like, yeah, I kind of like this community, but I'm not ready to commit. And then I suddenly realised, actually, when I looked at all of the laws, that I am a damsel. So I'm fully committed, and I am really, really happy about it. And this is the next bit of my story. So in 2011, I realised, having been a yoga teacher for a long time, that my ultimate dream was to have my own retreat centre so that I could go deeper with my clients, my customers, my students. And because a 1-hour weekly class was really just scratching the surface, and I wanted to go deeper. And so having a retreat centre allows me to go deeper with the people that are there, obviously. And we take yoga to what yoga really is. It's a lifestyle, it's what you eat, it's what you think, it's what you say, it's what you do, it's sleeping, eating, breathing, it's absolutely everything. So my images don't want to be shown. So I put this picture on the vision board, 2011, and you probably have seen my little stand over my little table over there, so you don't need to see the next picture because you've seen it anyway on the stand, and then there's flyers over there as well. And I manifested a retreat centre. And part of that story is that I am also bankrupt. Woo! Anyone else out there that's bankrupt? So I live in a £1.5 million house and I'm bankrupt. So anything is possible. You literally must not, you mustn't put these limitations on yourself, because when you do that, then you're not allowing the flow to happen as it needs to. Oh, here we go. So the next picture is really cool, and this was sent to me by somebody that came. It was an Easter retreat, and somebody said, oh, you might be interested in this. My husband flew over the retreat centre wondering where I was all of Easter, and thought you might like this, and sent this amazing picture of where I live. So I'm going back there tonight. This is where I live. So I literally live the dream. I've got an amazing husband. I've got this unbelievable property that I live in, and I'm bankrupt. And it's just, you just go for it. Have you got a dream? We've all got a dream, being inspired this weekend. And you just go out there and you believe in yourself. You believe, and that is really the secret. So my other story is drinking, drugging, eating crap. 10 years ago, this was me. This was 2/3 of the way through a 3-day bender. My drugs of choice were cocaine and ecstasy and alcohol. And I was very, very skinny, like painfully skinny, eating absolute rubbish and thinking that I was having a good time. But, who's having a good time, really, sort of when they're not living their purpose and they're not in tune with themselves. So 10 years later, I am 42. I feel the best that I've ever been in my life. I would not want to go back 10 years and be that person, because it's just so wonderful being here, and I'm just loving aging. It's just so cool. Really, really cool. Yeehaw! There is nothing wrong with getting older and wiser, because that's what comes with it. And so this really isn't happening, is it? My poor little pictures. So creating a connection, and this has been talked about all the way through the weekend. For me, the connection is meditation and yoga. Going within, connecting to myself, connecting to the voice within, my creativity, my passion, my flow, connecting with that. And when I'm meditating daily, regularly, life flows really, really well. And when I don't, it gets stagnant and stuck, and nothing seems to flow so well. So this really is what I do, what I recommend people to do, and really what the retreat centre is all about. And for me, that is filling yourself up first. The sort of the damsel law of filling yourself up first. It's so important, because how can you give from a depleted pot? You can't give anything to anyone if you're depleted yourself. And I absolutely love this phrase, filling yourself up. It's wonderful. And the retreat centre, we get loads of women coming to the retreat centre who feel really guilty about leaving the family, and they feel really bad. And it's so important to do that, to make that commitment, to fill yourself up first, to get full, to get happy. And then you give so much more to everyone around you, absolutely everyone around you. And then look out for us. We're going to be on Channel 4's 3 in a Bed next year. So this is just so cool. This is like major visibility. We filmed in September, and it's going out in spring. And I can't tell you what the result was, because I'm not allowed to. But it's going to be fun, really, really fun. So that's my story. Thank you very much. There are a few leaflets over there on my table. And thank you for having me.